It's been a month since I started posting videos on this channel, and here's what I've learned so far. In the past month, I've uploaded 4 very different videos, all in the name of one simple goal: to get started. 12 hours of script writing, 24 hours of filming, 8 hours of graphic design, and 72 hours of video editing later. I've got now 5, completely unrelated and inconsistent videos for the internet to see. And that's it. Or is it? No, I did not go viral or gain thousands of subscribers or got monetized in 30 days. If anything, I lost money from buying this microphone. But I did learn a few things about myself and my creative process. Lesson 1: I like working with a script, but I hate writing scripts. Okay. I don't really hate writing the script, I hate starting a script. I struggle so much to start writing a script. I feel like I'm holding too many thoughts in my head in anticipation of a really good build up or moment or quote, and that I find I'm not really good at thinking of or writing hooks. But as a director, having a script makes the workflow so much easier. It's so much simpler to align what creative shots and creative direction I want to take, if I need to make any adjustments along the way, and what coverage I need to have for any scenes that I want to film. On the other hand, when I'm in front of a camera, I'm not very good at sticking to the script. I have a tendency to make too many real time edits and ad lib a lot of what I'm saying because I feel like the tone of voice in the original script that I wrote doesn't match up with how I want to say things. I do this enough so that I take way too many takes, and I tend to switch up the flow of the script so much that by not taking notes of these changes that I'm making, I've completely changed the script. It's like my inner director self is constantly nagging in my brain and trying to make real time changes on the spot, but nobody else is taking notes of those changes. And so there's just massive miscommunication happening with the entire team. But the entire team is me by myself. All of this makes it insanely difficult for me as an editor when I'm trying to put the video together because I have to scrub through a whole bunch of extra takes and try and reconcile the flow of the script to make it match the original intended vision. But it's all a learning process, and I really just need to learn to work with myself better and treat it like it's work that's going to go in front of other people and hold pride in each piece of the puzzle that I'm contributing to, treating it like a team project with myself. Just because I'm only working with myself doesn't mean I can get away with taking advantage of all of the other work that I've put in so far. I think it'll just take some time to build my own process and figure out a system that works for me. But the only way I can get there is if I keep doing it. Lesson number 2: I have commitment issues. Okay, this isn't really new information to me or to anyone else who knows me, but creatively speaking, I have a really hard time sticking to something and following through. This is really true when it comes to thinking up video ideas. I've had my plans for the next couple of weeks of video content switch around, change up, get completely replaced several times already. It's also very true with just any ideas I have in general, any projects that I do, any hobbies that I do, which is why I started this channel. Even with my dancing, in my most recent video, I literally have a hard time finishing movements with my body and just letting a thought, an idea play out all the way through, which just makes everything look incomplete and unfinished and unrefined. Basically, one of my main problems with how I dance and probably a lot of other things in general, is that I really struggle with committing to the bit. I just change my mind too fast and I pivot too soon. Several of these videos that I've worked on, I've changed the entire format of how I wanted it to go halfway through editing. Like, I've already done the beginning parts of cutting the shots up, and then midway through realized this isn't how I wanted to tell that story, and I restart the entire thing from scratch, which is also why it takes me so long to edit a video. But when I am inspired and I have a very clear vision of what I want to get done and exactly the outcome that I want, it's really hard to get me to stop or to let go of anything. I will zone in and hyper focus on something if it's clearly how I want it to go. So, what I'm realizing is that I probably just need to put in more time and more effort into the earlier stages of the production process, of the part where I'm conceptualizing and really brainstorming and thinking about that vision and making sure that's super clear. Because if I start out with a very clear vision and clear goal of how I want something to come out, all the other parts will be working towards that common goal. I know that I need to work on that, but also need to make sure that I don't go overboard and just get stuck in that phase and letting the perfectionism and the overthinking force me into a stalemate where I end up never getting anything done instead. Lesson number 3, I can't stick to a schedule, especially when the only stakeholders are myself. It's hard for me to be on top of my time and project management when in reality there are no consequences to what I'm doing. Normally, I'm quite good at being a productive worker when I am employed, but for something like this that leans more towards being a passion project, I can be quite lenient about it and lenient with myself. And so I take a lot of liberties and can get lazy and procrastinate, and all of my bad habits will surface. I try my best to give myself working blocks and put things on my calendar to schedule when I know I need to do something for this channel. And while I think it is better for my mental health, like, I do think I'm taking a very good and safe, healthy approach to this. I am trying my best to really not burn out. However, I have cut it a little too close. I haven't yet been actually late for an upload of a video, but I've definitely caught up with myself and gotten too close where I was editing a video a day before my scheduled upload for it. I originally started with the intention of being several weeks ahead, where I was filming videos 4 weeks ahead and trying to finish editing and upload them and schedule them like 2 to 3 weeks in advance. However, I no longer have that big of a runway anymore. I feel like this first month has been me just playing a really intense game of catch up with my schedule. But that is what this first month is for. The idea of benchmarking and establishing a baseline is what I was hoping to get done, which is also why I was pushing myself to explore very different video formats to figure out how long each type of video might actually take to produce from start to end. I'm also in general slowly trying to reintroduce more structure to my day-to-day life and really give myself a working schedule. A little spoiler alert, but my next video will be me trying out some ADHD friendly routines to see if I can turn my life around or something like that. So, what happens now? I think I just keep making videos. I'm happy to report that I've not yet gotten completely bored or scared off or stressed out of my mind to completely quit after 1 month of making videos. I can say that I am excited for what's to come and what I have planned for the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months, and I'm honestly quite pleased with what I've already done. And I can still honestly say that I'm doing all of this for me, and that's enough. So thank you for watching. See you next week.